What is up, guys? It is X bringing us another fantastic video. Not really. Anyway, so today I'm going to be bringing you guys a video, a little bit of information that's going to be going on this Friday, and I'm really excited about. So, what am I so excited for, you may ask? Well, I'm going to tell you. So, last weekend, as some of you may know, we had a league qualifier for the esports circuit. It's a pretty big, the esports circuit league. It is a pretty big league. It's not like one of those small, like 200 follower ones that really no one's heard of, and they just kind of randomly, and I just got killed by a car. Okay, anyway, so it's like actual legitimate league this time. Oh my god, I hate this map so much. Anyway, so this is actually a legitimate league that will have league matches every Friday, at least from my understanding. And I hate people. Okay, at least from my understanding. I'm actually gonna go over how we qualified here in a second. So this Friday, I don't know what time we will be playing for sure, but we are playing on Friday for sure. That's all I know. Sorry to burp. Okay, anyway. So, how we qualified for this league. So, as some of you may know from last weekend, I was actually streaming the whole thing. We had the qualifier. It was 26 some odd teams, and only 4 qualified because there was a previous... what? There was a previous online qualifier before this one, and they had like 6 teams qualified already or something like that, because there is only 10 teams in the league from what I've heard. So yeah, we ended up qualifying along Carbon 6. You know, Carbon 6 was actually the only team we lost to, and honestly we shouldn't have lost to, because every match was like we had control for the longest time. Like, we'd start off so well, and then you'd kind of just lose it. Like in one of the hard point that we, oh my god, in the hard point we lost. We, you know, had about a 60 or 70 point lead, kind of. I hate stuns, man. Anyway, we ended up choking that up and letting them coming back, and we ended up losing by like 12 or 13 points. But, you know, GG's to Carbon 6. They deserve the win because they capitalized off of our mistakes. Which, you know, after that, I went over with my team what went wrong, how we got to come back to this next series. So we end up going to the losers bracket very quickly, but I'm going to give you a brief summary of how we did overall. So the first series we played was against, I don't even know what the team name was. I think it was like Magnetic or something. I don't even know. But we ended up beating them 3-1 off the rip. We ended up just getting kind of stomped in the... this, what was it? I think it was the uplink on Breach. They ended up getting to like a huge lead off the rip, and it was really hard to come back. Like, we were down like 10 or 9-3 at the half. We almost brought it back, and we brought it within 4. The final score was like 13-9. We had control of the map, because what happened was that we didn't really adjust to, and we need to practice a lot more. Is practicing without stock and practicing without the BMP. That's why I'm using the Kuda actually as we speak. I actually had to use the Kuda. Like, we outslayed them for a good mass majority of the time. It's just that they brought that one map. Then we ended up finishing it out on CTF, on Stronghold, and we ended up winning that 2-0. And the hard point, we beat them pretty convincingly off the rip. We ended up beating them like 250 to 160 or something like that. So we beat them pretty well. So next series is against Esports Crooks. That's one I remember for sure. We ended up beating them 3-0. Had really no huge problem taking them out. Hardpoint, we beat them 250 to 110 or 130, something like that. It wasn't a very close game. Like, they weren't a bad team. They just could not get, like, the control of the hills. Oh my goodness. So, yeah, we ended up beating them 3-0. Now, then the next series, we had to wait a long time to play. We had to wait like 3 hours to play our next match, because our matches were going by quicker than a lot of them. So, once again, we had to just sort of deal with that part, because like when you're doing so well throughout that tournament, you know, we had a lot of good vibes throughout the whole thing. So, then we ended up playing some team, I don't remember their name, and they ended up, you know, we didn't even know how they made it that far. We ended up beating them in the hardpoint 250 to 50 because they banned fast hands and they banned quick draw, because they thought that put them at an advantage. They think we couldn't hang. So we proved them wrong, and we ended up beating them in a very, very dominant fashion. Not really much of a challenge. And like, you think later down, like from that point on in the tournament, all the matches were going to be kind of difficult. That kind of just proved me wrong. So it was pretty easy. We ended up beating them 250 to 50 in the hard point. And then Search and Destroy, we beat them 6-3 or 6-2. Also, our search game was pretty good. And our search game has gotten a lot better since, you know, I play a lot of wagers now. My overall search game has gotten a lot better. So, yeah, that's good to have. So, we ended up taking that series. They ended up forfeiting the rest of it. They just didn't want to play. And I just got destroyed. So, they really didn't want to play the rest of the series. And we ended up beating them, I guess, technically 3-0. So, up to that point, we've only lost one map. We're feeling pretty good. And then we took a break, again, like we didn't get to play for a long time. And that could have, like, made it a lot worse for us. So we ended up going up against Carbon 6. Now, Carbon 6 was a pretty good team, not gonna lie. And we ended up losing 3-1 to them. So we dropped down to the losers bracket. I'm just gonna talk through the rest of this. We ended up dropping down to the losers bracket. And we play off against Team Genesis, which actually knocked out Team Premier. Team Premier was that close to qualifying, but they just didn't get there. So we ended up playing Team Genesis to qualify, and we beat them 2-0. It was not an easy 2-0. We beat them, like, we had a majority of the hardpoint controlled, and then they started coming back and doing stuff, and they were pretty good overall. And then the S&D, we had it up 5-2. Then we let them kind of come back, and we ended up, you know, clutching out in round 11. I went 13-6 personally, and I did pretty well in that search. And my teammates did very, very well, you know, getting first picks and stuff like that. I really just capitalized by running lanes and picking up the kills that we needed. So overall, we played very, very well. We ended up qualifying for the league. The league starts this Friday. I don't know if it'll be streamed or not. I will be recording every league match that I do, like sort of like what Scump does. I'm going to be recording every match we have, and then, you know, just getting the full series, no matter whether we win or lose. So there you go, guys. Once again, hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to leave that comment, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter is in my Instagram. It'll be in the description below. Have a wonderful day. I'll be posting my montage later today. Thank you to Razor. I'll give you a shout out right now, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.